Hey guys, Deronda here with Foods 101. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this Dutch apple cobbler. Melt in your mouth, delicious. The ingredients you're going to need is 4 large tart apples. We're going to peel and core, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a pinch of ground clove, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1/3 cup of lightly packed brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of cubed chilled butter, and 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now for the top of our cobbler, you're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of whole milk or 2% milk, 1/3 cup of cubed all-purpose vegetable, 1 egg, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Put the butter back in the refrigerator to chill, and I'm going to show you how to peel and core our apples. Starting at the top, using a paring knife, we're just going to go around the top, and I like to see if I can get my apple peel off in one long peel. So let's see how good I do. Just lightly keep your knife between your peel of your apple and the apple itself. Okay, it's getting there. And there we go. Almost got to the end. You can go ahead and discard this. With the chef's knife, I like cutting my apples in half. Back with that paring knife, I like to remove the top stem along with the bottom, which there wasn't really anything there. And now we're just going to be very careful when using a knife. We're just going to go in, and the core will usually just pop right out. Back with that chef's knife. Be careful when working with the knife. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cube the apples. I like using medium-sized pieces because when they bake, they're nice and tender, but yet you get a bite of your apple. When you get your apples all peeled, cored, and chopped, we're going to add that 1/3 cup of sugar in a mixing bowl. With that 1/3 cup of brown sugar, we're just going to break it down. Add your flour, your cinnamon, and cloves. Okay, get in here with your hands, or if you want to use a whisk, you can. And next, we're going to add all these apples. Try to get your apples into your sugar mixture as quickly as possible because you want to try to avoid the oxidation here on your apples. The longer they sit in the air, the more your apples are going to oxidize. I just get in here with my hands and give it a lovely little tossing, and that cinnamon and that clove is smelling so fantastic. I'm using an 8-inch baking dish to bake my Dutch apple cobbler in. I'm lightly greasing my baking dish with that all vegetable shortening, or you may just use a little oil. Add our sugar-coated apples and the cinnamon, and the clove smells so yummy, and spread it out from corner to corner. I'm adding my cubed butter here to the top of the apples, and at this point you want your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me show you how to make the topping. I'm cutting my shortening into the flour, the baking powder, salt, and sugar. I love using this pastry tool because the goal here is to get the flour and the shortening to look like cornmeal. If you don't have a pastry tool, just use a fork to cut in your shortening to your flour. Now that you've got this cornmeal looking texture, you see that? We're going to add our wet ingredient. Add our egg into a small mixing bowl with a fork. We're going to give it a lovely little whisking. Next, we're going to add those 3 tablespoons of milk, or if you're using whole milk, 2% milk, or almond milk, either one will work. Pour our egg milk mixture into our dry ingredients. With that shortening, we're going to bring the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients until it's just moistened. You want to be sure not to over mix the top of your batter here. When it's looking like this, it's time to add to the top of our apples. Here's our apple mixture, and I can see that cinnamon and those sugars just melting right into those apples. I like using a spoon and just dabbing it right here on top. Yeah, about a tablespoon here and there, about a 1/2 inch apart from each other. This is going to be scrumptious. Spread it out just a little bit and push that butter right down in there. This is off to that preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 40 minutes or until the top is golden and your apples are bubbly. Use your timer and no peeking. My whole house smells like cinnamon and apples. Look at that Dutch apple cobbler. Smells fantastic, looks beautiful. I'm gonna let it sit here, cool down for about 15-20 minutes to absorb all these delicious flavors, and I'll be back to let you know what it tastes like. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, yum. Looky there. Woo, it's like a dumpling, but this Dutch apple cobbler, still super duper warm. Get us some apples in there. And look how fantastic that is. Let's see what's this. Oh gosh, that looks lovely, flaky. Get us some apple on there. And here goes. Woo! Look at this cinnamon. It smells so wonderful. It's going to be nice and warm. Here goes. That top is so light and airy. Those apples have the perfect sweetness, the perfect tartness. A fantastic Dutch apple cobbler. Serve it with ice cream, serve it with whipped cream, serve it with Cool Whip, or just eat all by itself. Just look at those apples. I'm Deronda with Foods 101. Give me thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll catch you lovely people later.